my name is Cocreators, the CEO, co-creator of Extraordinary Outcomes. I'm an author. Hi, my name is Cocreators, the CEO, co-creator of Extraordinary Outcomes. I'm an ordinary person with extraordinary aspirations who believes and lives a life fully alive. Welcome to Monday Morning Magic. Good morning, CEO, co-creators of Extraordinary Outcomes. Welcome to Monday Morning Magic, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. I think I had a false start there. I won't know until I see the video. But good morning. It is Monday morning. Good morning. Have a great topic for you today. False narratives. We want to get into that in 1 second. But let me check in with everybody. How was everybody's weekend? My week was pretty phenomenal. I got a chance to create some stuff in the background in reference to my business. I'm getting a little bit better. I got to give myself a pat on the back by getting a little bit better with this technology stuff. So I've been studying. That's what I've been doing this week. I've been studying, the different mediums, the YouTube, the Facebook, the Instagram, the Canva, the StreamYard, all of these things, so that I can know how to utilize these tools a little bit better. And what I've noticed is that everybody is upgrading or changing or improving something in terms of these various platforms. I had an experience a couple of weeks ago where somebody asked me for my information. I'm old school. I got business cards. And I'm like, hey, here's a card, here's this, here's that. And people were just taking out their phones and like, hey, hit this code right here. Let me beam this to you. It'll send you the information, and then I can fill in X, Y, and Z and send them back information. And everything is automated and generated in a way to streamline the process of making things easier. And as I said, I'm a little old school. I'm still with pen, paper. Give me pen and paper. I'll rock that out. But in order for me, I don't want to say but, for me to keep up with the changing times, I really have to understand this technology. And I know months ago, I was telling you I was creating my website, and that's like 85% done because I was studying that platform too, and I had some setbacks, and then I learned I could do this and I could do that, and I can actually use one platform with another platform. For example, I'm doing StreamYard. It allows me to be on Facebook Live and YouTube Live at the same time. And then I could use Zoom if I want to and go live from Zoom. So there's so many things that I can do once I learn the integration of these different softwares and platforms. So that's what my week has been like. I am autodidactic at times. I like being self-taught. I like self-learning, and I also go to trainings so that other people can train me as well on what to do and how to do things. And because I love learning, it's not a problem for me. So that's what my week has been like. What's your week been like? Hopefully you've had a powerful week, and you're learning some things about yourself, technology, or what have you. So if you want to leave a comment, let me go back here. If you want to leave a comment, feel free to hit the link. And when you leave the comment, it'll show like this. It'll have your name, your picture, whatever your comment is. And yeah, let's make it interactive. When you leave a comment, that helps. When you show up, that helps. So what's my YouTube channel? I'm at Coach B dash the CEO on YouTube. You can subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment. It will be greatly appreciated. So today's topic, false narrative. False narrative. Is it holding you back? Are your false narratives holding you back? You might say, well, what's a false narrative? Well, let's get into it. A false narrative is a belief held on incomplete or inaccurate information. It's a belief held on incomplete or inaccurate information. You ever heard the expression, don't be strong and wrong? I remember somebody told me that. I was like, what are you talking about? I was so passionate about a particular thing, and my passion was shown. And the person said, don't be strong and wrong. And at first, I didn't understand what they were saying. See, I was basing my narrative, my story, what I was saying on what? Incomplete or inaccurate information. Now, sometimes this false narrative is about other people, it's about other places, it's about other things, and sometimes it is about me. What are my belief systems? Are they accurate? Are they incomplete? Why does this come up in coaching? Because if you have a false narrative, I have a false narrative, guess what? I'm not being accurate. I'm not being accurate. I'm not being precise. And I'm not being exact. And so, therefore, any actions I take can't stand because they're incomplete or inaccurate. There's nothing like having incomplete or inaccurate information. Let me give you an example of incomplete information. Somebody says, meet me on 125th Street and meet me on 125th Street and Avenue A. 125th Street and Avenue A. That information is inaccurate. As far as I know, there's no 125th Street in Manhattan. Let me be clear with that because it could be 125th Street and Avenue A somewhere else. So let me be 100% clear. Talking about in New York City, Manhattan, right? It is inaccurate, right, to tell somebody to meet you on 125th Street and Avenue A because it doesn't exist. 125th Street exists, but not Avenue A. So it's incomplete and inaccurate. It's a false narrative. And I'm just using that as a fun example to talk about false narrative. But what are some of the false narratives in your life? What is incomplete and inaccurate? What information or belief system that you have that's inaccurate or incomplete that is holding you back? Let me give you another example of a false narrative. If I say to myself that I don't know how to do something without trying, and I'm not talking about trying one time because that's for the birds, right? I'm not talking about trying for one time. But if I tell myself I don't know how to do something without trying consistently or staying open minded to the possibility of learning, that's a false narrative. That's a false narrative. A false narrative could be, here we go back with strong and wrong, right? A false narrative could be that you state something as facts when actually it's inaccurate information. So is it a fact that I can't do X, Y, and Z? And I like using myself, people. Let me be honest with you guys. I like using myself as an example because I don't want people to feel as though I'm being judgmental or that I'm being judgmental. So I'm not talking about people, but I'm using me as an example, hoping that when you're listening to it, that you can relate to what I'm saying. So another false narrative: I don't have time. That's a false narrative. Are you creating time? It's inaccurate. I've heard people say, well, I want to achieve X, Y, and Z, but I don't have time for it. And then when I say, let's go through how you're spending your time, how are you utilizing your time, they discover for themselves that this false narrative that I don't have time is not accurate, it's incomplete because they're not looking at the whole picture. It's a belief that's being held that's impacting their life. I don't have time for this, I don't have time for that. Well, let's sit back and examine, let's explore, let's discover what that really means. Does that mean that you're not making time? That you have time to do, but if you do this, you might have to change something else? Is it that you really don't have time? Again, I'm using these as examples so that for relatability, so that you can relate to the topic. So when I'm getting accurate and being accurate, I'm being exact and or precise about something. I know that the information is complete. That is exact. So false narratives, how are they holding you back? Where can you benefit from getting accurate in your life today? That's the coaching question. Where can you benefit from let me slow down. Where can you benefit from getting accurate in your life today? Getting accurate, getting exact. False narratives keep us from achieving our goals. False narratives keep us from showing up powerfully. False narratives will have us have a shaky foundation because the belief system that's being held in that foundation is inaccurate. It's not true. It's not sustainable. So again, are false narratives holding you back? Where can you benefit from getting accurate in your life today? Where can you benefit from getting accurate in your life today? I say this as a life coach. It is really, really important that we get accurate, that we get accurate about who we are, who we're being, who we are, and who we are being. If we want a better quality of life and we want to show up differently, we got to get accurate and let go of the false narratives. This has been your Monday Morning Magic. Don't forget to like, share, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll see you next Monday, 7:30 a.m.